Padres, Dodgers, Fernando Tatis is really off to a slow start in spring training.
Ding, 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 ding. Nobody's ringing the emergency bell yet. We're halfway through spring. Tatis is now 0 for 16 in the spring. The issue that I have, or the concern that I have, is he's been in full mode training for about a full month. I mean, he started doing all this batting practice over in Arizona before camps ever opened. And, the pronouncements when he talked to the media, no problems with the wrist, no problems with the shoulder, I'm okay. Well, he's 0 for 16, and he's not putting balls in play. He's not driving balls to the wall. He's got no base hits. He's 0 for 16. He struck out some, but he's hitting weak grounders and short fly balls. My private concern, and I talked about this with you before, you had the 2 wrist surgeries. They have a huge screw in there. Has he lost the snap in his wrists? Because the snap in the wrist, the Henry Aaron swing, is what generates the power. And if he doesn't have that, he's got a problem. It's too early to make that judgment whether he doesn't have it, but I would have thought by this point he'd be putting balls in play, he'd be scalding balls, at least there'd be some line drive singles, and we don't have any of that. It's hard to gauge anything in spring training because all the Padres stars, for the most part, have now gone to play in the WBC, and Tatis is one of the few regulars that's still left behind. But Bears watching, 0 for 16, does it become 1 for 27 in the next week and a half? I'd be concerned at that point in time. The Dodgers, Noah Syndergaard, 2 good outings in a row. He's a year and a half now removed from the surgeries on his shoulder and what he had with his forearm. Syndergaard threw 3 shutout innings against the Padres, was clocked consistently at 94. That's pretty impressive. And the other thing right now out of the Dodgers camp in Camelback Ranch, the 2 kid pitchers that we've been talking about have each thrown 2 solid outings. Michael Grove, Ryan Pepiot. Those guys look like they're forging to the front of the line that's saying, I'm going to be the 4th starter. I'm going to be the 5th starter. And the Dodgers got an issue because Tony Gonsolin has just sprained an ankle, and he might not be ready to start the season in the regular rotation. So the 2 kid pitchers plus Syndergaard, pretty impressive spring so far with Dodger Blue.
Yeah, that sounds interesting with the Dodgers. I'm happy for Syndergaard because coming back from the Tommy John is tough, but it's usually that second year is where they start to get some real traction. And great to see the young kids coming up. But going back to Tatis, do you think maybe he's just trying too hard, because the focus is on him and he wants to prove that he's still the old player?
Oh, I'm sure he feels pressure. He got abused in 2 road games that he played. I mean, he got booed every time he came on the field. Welcome to what 2023 is going to be all about for him. But let's give him a little bit more space. But, if we're back here next Thursday and he's 1 for 27, I'm going to raise my hand and start to express a little bit of concern about the storyline in this scenario. Bat speed is one thing. The power behind the swing is the next thing. Okay, top